Yeah, so we bought our first property in 2010 in Sydney, Sutherland. It actually had a granny flat on it. So it was a very old, unimpressive house, and that granny flat actually allowed the property to be positively geared. And we weren't scared to buy outside of Sydney. We bought in markets that were quite low on the growth cycle, or early on the growth cycle, should I say, and that allowed us to also enjoy some capital growth when it did come on top of that cash flow.
I think in the background as well was I've always looked at an investment and gone, what do the numbers say? If the investment's not going to give me back, a return, what's the point in putting all your hard-earned saved money into something that's not going to give you something back?
The biggest thing for us that helped was we were rent investors, so we made sure we were renting where we lived, so that freed up a lot of capital. We didn't have that looming mortgage repayment we had to keep up with, and it allowed us to buy positively geared properties. So that was the other key. The most important thing is definitely good rental managers. We've had our fair share of bad ones, and when you do get good ones, you latch onto them and make sure you give them everything you can, so outsource every single thing. Treat investing like a business. Too many people invest like they're in buying their own house. Doesn't matter where it is, and invest with a good cash flow. If you let that down, especially in this tougher lending environment, it's going to be very hard to get loans. It's going to be very hard to move on to more than one property, and that's the biggest advice. Just prioritise cash flow, but make sure there's good capital growth upside.
So I find being a bit risky is good, but I think you have to have calculated risks to make sure that you do the right decision at the end of the day. Yeah.